making a mesh wreath. See if I can find our video. So I can see your comments. So as y'all come in, comment below. Where is the video? There we go. There we go. We found the video. Okay, let me show you the sign that we're going to be using. Y'all, look how pretty. So it says, Jesus is the reason for the season. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, we got 4 people watching, it looks like. So if you wouldn't mind, comment below and let me know that you're here so I know everything is working right. So, we're going to be working on our Lazy Susan today. We'll see how it works. I've always used and made the mesh wreaths on the table. Let's see how well this works. It works perfectly for making arrangements, but let's see if it works making a wreath. Hey Mary, hey Kim, hey Carol. All right, so let's slide this to the side for just a second, and then we're going to roller mesh. Now, I've cut these probably about 18 inches, and I just guess, guys. I don't cut exact. I just guess. Okay, I just guess. So, this right here is a Dollar Tree form, and all I've done is I just put chenille stems. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. So I have 18 ties on here. Okay, I have 18 ties. First time, hey Joanne, welcome. So glad to have you here. So I just have really nice green and red, and then I'm just going to fill in with the value mesh. So one thing that you will realize with my mesh wreaths that I make is I cover a lot of the mesh up. I just love covering it up. It's like a challenge for me. Last night, I am in love with your designs. Awesome, Mary. Awesome, awesome. Y'all, we are so close to 1,000 followers. Y'all, this doesn't work for a wreath, okay? This doesn't work for a wreath. So, let's just do it on the table. Let me move this out of the way. Because I need to be able. All right. So as I was saying, okay, why is it saying be right back? Okay, I must have had a signal issue there. So glad that you found us. So, again, I like to cover my mesh up. Now you'll see a little bit of it, but all in all, it's going to be covered to some degree. It's going to be covered up. I had the the other red mesh that had like the foil through it, but I really didn't care for it with this design. But once we get all of this on here, it's going to look beautiful. So I'm just rolling my ends in, and this is going to keep it from fraying. Now you're going to have mesh will fray over time to some degree, but we want to prevent that. So oh, let me show you the ribbon we're going to be using. Look at this. Don't that just look perfect with the sign? Oh my gosh. Love, love, love. All right, so we're going to go right back in here. We're going to start filling this in. Not just roll them really tight. No, just sprinkle it together. And again, once we get all of this on here, the value mesh is not really going to be a full focal point that you're seeing right now. So right now it's like, ugh, right? But we're going to make it beautiful. We're going to make it beautiful. Okay. Oh, thanks, Deanne. I love this ribbon too. I think it works perfect for this sign. And guys, using square signs on a round wreath, especially on a grapevine, I particularly do not like, because I feel like I have to go all the way around. But on a mesh wreath, they seem to work. May I ask where you are located? I am from North Carolina. Hey, Mary. I am near Charlotte. I am near Charlotte right now. Charlotte, North Carolina. We got one more to go in here, and then we're going to do our inner ring. So I have 3 layers here, or 3 rounds. Now I will go back at the end and cut all of these ties. You used to live in Denver, North Carolina? Ben, how far is Denver?
It's not far.
Not far?
Maybe less than 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Alright, so let's continue. I thought I heard a little accent. I'm originally from Kentucky. Originally from Kentucky. And then I moved to West Virginia, and then now I'm in North Carolina. So.
Never to roam no more.
Y'all, let me just give you a little insight. When I first moved to West Virginia, when I called back home, my family, they're like, oh my gosh, you speak proud. And then everybody in West Virginia said, oh my gosh, where are you from? With that accent. It's funny. I'll never forget that. They're like, oh my gosh, you speak proud now. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? Then I will need the rest of that mesh. Okay, it's over there on the table.
You need it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
After I get all of this
All right.
done. Oh, I have this one here. But yeah, they're like, you speak proud. Oh. So after I get all of my pieces placed in, I don't want to cut these just yet because I'm going to use them for my ribbons and all that. But once I'm done from, putting everything on the wreath, I'll go back in and I'll cut all these tiles out. Now, I will tell you this, if you have a pick machine or anything like that, you never want to use those on your mesh or grapevine wreaths. I know I see a lot of people use those. I highly suggest that you don't, because basically what you're doing is you're putting razor blades in your wreath. First time catching you live, I've enjoyed seeing your replays. Aw, thanks! Inspired by my angel. CLM. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad that you finally caught me live. So we are live right now, so alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right back in, and we're going to fill in all the way around.
Love.
All the way around. Because we're going to put Christmas balls, pine cones, ribbon, and I'm going to put greenery in here.
Like I told you, I think she's trying to tell us a bunch of goods.
Oh, look here. I missed one here. I missed this spot. How did I do that?
Okay.
How did I do that?
All right.
Okay, so I need another piece right there.
Fine. Oh, so go all the way down Unity?
Alright, so I'm going to go right back in here where I had this.
I bet it's. Gotcha. So I'll go straight down Union to Garrison. Okay, I'll do that.
Alright, so let's put another one in here.
So how's he doing? Oh yeah, he's doing a lot right now. Yeah. All right, how is Hayden?
So I'm just going back in with all of the extra pieces that I had cut, and I'm just filling in where things are needed.
Oh, he doesn't do his age. He really doesn't. Well, I think from doing this treatment, he's here better. I think he's here for.
Alright, so we're just going to fan that out. Okay, so I see a spot right here I need to place one. How long did you cut your mesh? I cut my mesh about 18 inches. I just guess. I don't. I have a mat that I can measure it, but when I'm cutting my mesh, I'll just basically just roll with it, and I just roll it off and cut it. Occasionally, believe me, I do it more than I like to admit. I know, right?
All right.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, this is another thing that really helps me when I'm doing a mesh wreath like this, is to use darker ties. I know a lot of people say use the color of the mesh that you're using, but let me just tell you, when I do that, all of my ties all get lost in my mesh, and I'm like, ugh. So you see how that's full over there, and this over here is just a little bit. So I'm just filling in where it's needed. Okay, so we need another one right here. Let's put one right here. Couple more. Wow, I'll have to cut a couple more too. This is probably my favorite method to work with mesh. I've done the poof, I've done just the straight curls. I like this look better. It just makes my wreath a lot fuller. But again, don't be using a pick machine to place your florals and stuff in your mesh wreaths or whatever you're placing, because you are literally putting razor blades in your wreath. There's nothing worse than getting cut with a pick. Okay, so let me show you another trick. Is when you are putting your mesh in, and if you feel like that it's sticking out too far, take the chenille stem or your tie, put it back through your wreath frame, and pull it in. Look at that. Did you see how that pulled it in? Just pulls it in tighter. And then I just twist tight on the back side. Okay, so I need another green one right here. So I just need this right here is the only. So this is what I do, guys. I just roll it out like this, and then I just cut it. I don't measure. I probably should, but I don't. Oh, I think we got an even cut there. Okay. Just gonna roll this end. And what I like about the end pieces is it kind of rolls for you, so you don't have to work as hard. It does the work for you. So I want to pull this one in, so I'm going to bring my chenille stem through that right there, pull it through, and just makes it a tight fit in there. That one's a little off. Hold on. I didn't get it in the middle. That's easy to fix. Easy to fix. So just want to adjust this. There we go. Pull that in. Bring that around. Twist and tie. Twist and tie. There we go. Okay, I need another one right here. And again, I want to pull that tight into my wreath. So I'm just going to pull that tie right there, take it underneath the frame, pull it in. And then twist that. You can see me. Are we back? Y'all. I don't know if we're back or not. Let me know if we are back. 'Cause I don't know if we are. Comment below and let me know, because I don't know if it's working or not. I'm back. Yay, I'm back. Okay. Y'all, someone told me to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Well, I did that. Y'all, I cannot wait to get 1,000 followers so I can use the Mevo, the camera, to go live instead of my phone. Because when people call in or they try to call you, it puts you on hold. And it basically says, be right back. But I don't like that. So, y'all, we are so close. We're so close. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving, I'm going to give a $100 gift certificate away and a wreath. So, background noise. It's the refrigerator here in the store. I apologize. I'm actually setting up a design space at home so I can go live from home, and y'all won't have to hear that. So I apologize. But we're so close to 1,000. All right, look how pretty that is. Absolutely love this sign. I think it's so pretty. Ben, can you get me the white pom-poms back there?
Yeah.
Mhm. So again, guys, I apologize about that a few minutes ago. All right, so one thing I want to do is I want to pull out all of my mesh that may look like it's going to get smashed, because I want that to come up around my sign, just like that. Oh, there we go. So since we have the little dots around, I'm going to use these in here as well. Look how pretty those are going to be. This is going to be pretty with some Christmas ball. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is, normally I put my bow on first, but I'm going to put greenery in here first. I'm going to put some greenery. I'm going to put some eucalyptus in here. Look how pretty that is. Put some eucalyptus, then we'll put our bow, and then we'll put our pom-poms and our Christmas balls and all the other pretty stuff. I'm not going to put any flowers or anything in this. I think it's too pretty to do that. Alright, so I'm just going to dip into my glue here. And I'm just going to start placing this all the way around my wreath. And what I do is I just go in to my mesh and I just move it around like that, so that way it adheres to the mesh. So who adds florals to their, if you make wreaths, mesh wreaths, do you put greenery in your mesh wreaths? Let me know. Or do you just do ribbon? I know some people, they just do ribbon. They don't add any florals or anything like that. And guys, the reason I put greenery and stuff in my mesh wreaths, because normally I just do grapevines, I don't do mesh. But I've been getting into mesh more and more and more. And I just love adding all of the stuff. But the reason I add my greenery is it gives me how far and how big that I can go with all of my other elements that I'll be putting in here. So I always start out with just greening up my wreath. It doesn't matter if it's a mesh wreath or a grapevine. I green it first. There we go. I'll try, but I'm scared to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be scared. Because more you do it, more you'll love it. And it's a pattern, guys. It's a pattern. So, like, I have my own pattern. You would have your own pattern of what you like to do. And you just do it over and over and over. And once you get that pattern down, you just follow that over and over and over. And even though each wreath will look different, it's really the same pattern. It's the same pattern over and over and over. So I'm using my longer pieces on the outer edge and my shorter pieces on the inner part of my sign. When I first started putting florals and mesh wreaths, it was a hot mess. And the reason I say that is because I put too much. Like, I really covered it up. But I've learned to scale back just a little bit to let a little bit of the mesh show. But I'm known for covering up mesh. If I use mesh, it's covered up. But I've tried to get better of not covering it totally. But I do cover it a lot though. So don't be afraid to put things in your mesh wreaths. I think that once you try it a couple times, you'll be hooked. And by adding the value mesh in here, guys, it has a bigger opening, so it makes it a lot easier to slide your things in. So that's one reason that I mix it up a little bit, because I can put things in here a lot easier. Your higher end mesh, it has a tighter weave, so it's a little bit harder to put things in. Look how pretty that is already. With just that greenery. We don't have no ribbon, we don't have anything on here yet. But look how pretty that just the greenery makes it. And see, look here, we've put all this stuff on here, and you really, even though I haven't even cut those ties out yet, you really don't see a lot of them. Don't see a lot of them. Do you cover the back of your wreath? So, okay, so I don't cover the back of my wreaths, okay? So, like all of these stems and stuff that's coming through the mesh, I cut all that off. So, when someone goes to pick up the wreath, that they're not getting poked or getting cut or anything like that. So, I cut it below the frame. But I don't cover all this up. No, I do not. It's just, it's a... I really wouldn't know how you would really cover that up. To make it look, I have to think about that. I have to think about that, Kim. Let's see here. I got one more. Let's place it right here. Okay, so my sign is going in at a little bit at an angle right here. So I'm gonna put a bow up here and a bow down here so it kind of balances it out. I'm not gonna have streamers or anything coming out. We're gonna stay within our wreath. So we're gonna make a bow. And it's gonna have short tails. So tails like about 8 inches. So we're gonna pinch this together. Watch someone use round placemats to cover the back. I don't know if I would do that. Just because I want my customer to know that it is handmade, or if I have to take something out. Just say if this sign got destroyed or it faded or whatever and they want to take it out, then now the customer has to go and take the placemat off the back of it. It's just, you know, it's all about the experience. So if something were to happen to this sign and they want to take it out, it's very easy for them. Just flip it over, take it out, and, you know, put another one in. So I think about all those things. That's just me. I think of what would my customer think? What experience and flannel I buy by the yard. But I could see why some people would do that. I do. I just don't. I've actually seen people take leaves and cover the back up, and it just looks like a hot mess to me. But that's just my personal preference. So here we have our bow. Now we may have to cut some of these tails off, just depending on how they flow in the wreath. But look how pretty that is. How gorgeous that's going to be. All right, so we're going to make another one. Right, I don't feel like it's a necessary thing that you need to do. I don't. As long as you have all of your stems and everything cut off the back so it looks like a clean look, you're good. Clean look is key without going through all of the other stuff. Let's see how many loops we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 loops. Okay. So just want to make a bow here. So we got 6 loops. So I got 1 more. And another thing, guys, when you do that, that's just another layer of expense for you. It's another layer of time. Right? It's another layer of, y'all, if y'all are taking the time to do that, not only should you be charging for the placemat or whatever you're using, you have to charge for your time. But your time is not free. So you have to look into all of the scenarios of all of that. All right, so let's take another piece of wire. Oh, thanks. I think this ribbon looks beautiful with this. All right. And I love having just tails just stick out. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so let's place this one. It has a little bit longer tail. I'm gonna place it right here. So another thing, when you're using a wire instead of a zip tie, it will go through your mesh a lot easier. Okay, so I'm just gonna feed that right through. I'll pull that down. But yes, it's an extra expense that you all may have not have thought about. Because you have to think about, okay, how long does it take me to put that felt or that placemat on the back, right? How long does it take? Okay. Absolutely love that right there. Now we will be coming in and gluing some pine cones and some Christmas balls. Okay, so we have that one there. I'm gonna put this one right up here in the corner. And then I'll go back in and we will put some loops throughout the whole thing. Alright, so I'm gonna feed that right in there. There we go. Okay, there's my other wire. Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay, so I got that one wired in. And when you wire your ribbon on or use wire on your wreath, what you want to do is you want to push it up into your wreath or your frame, so that way it's not scratching someone's door, or so no one gets cut, because the wire will cut you too. All right, so we got that in. So now what I want to do is I want to put some ribbon all the way around. And what I do is I'm gonna make it like bows. So I'm gonna have 2 loops. So you could do 2 loops, you could do 3 loops, totally left up to you. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna nestle this right down into my wreath, like that. Okay, so I can find a tie. Pull this back through. And another thing that I do, guys, is that like my zip ties, not my zip ties, but my chenille stems and stuff like that, I go back and I put a little dab of glue on the back of my wreath, so nothing slips, nothing moves, everything stays in place. Want our tails to come out. So look how pretty that is already. So instead of just doing loops or tails, not loops, instead of just doing tails, put some loops in your wreath. So we'll have one here, one here, one here, one here. So I have 4, 5, 6. Right? Well, it's so much better than just tails. So we're going to continue on. It does take a little bit more well, it takes a little bit more ribbon to do this, but you're actually saving ribbon because you're not using all of the tails that you would normally put in the wreath, okay? So in the end, you're saving ribbon. Okay. Cover my shoes in there. I used it, so let's grab another one here. So I'm just going to feed this. Probably should have done wire. It just gives it a different look than your normal of what you see everybody do on the mesh rooms. And I don't go back and clean up my wreath until I am totally done. And I do that off camera. I don't do that on here. Because, with that being said, if I do it while I'm making it, I may overlook something. So when I am cleaning it up on the back end, this way, I need one right there, so I need one there. I can get everything. Because I would feel terrible if I were to forget something and a customer picked this up and got cut. I would feel terrible. So, I always clean my wreaths up after my lives. I never do it on camera. I just don't. Don't know why. I just don't. Also, don't be afraid to make your loops big because you want them to stick out. See, I didn't make this one long enough. So this one goes in a little bit more. It's totally fine, but we have one that's a little bit lower, one a little bit higher. That's totally fine, but I try to be a little bit more consistent all the way around the wreath, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm so glad I'm giving you some inspiration. Come on. So I'm going through the thicker part of the mesh. It's giving me problems. It's because it's too long. Okay, let's try try this again. So if your wire is a little bit bent or whatever, it's not going to go into your form very easily. So you want to make sure that your wire has a clean edge, you know, clean incision. It's same with the needle, right? If the needle has a rough edge on it, it's not going to go in your arm very easily, right? So same with your mesh. You want it to have that easy. Okay, so we have 3 over there, and I'm gonna put 2 over here. So we have 5, 6, 7. So we have an odd number. And also you can make one loop bigger and then the other one smaller. It's totally left up to you. Totally left up to you. So you also want to bring your tails to the bottom right here. So when you insert this into your wreath, they're already in position, ready to go, okay? They're ready to go in the direction that you want them to go. Okay? So we're gonna place one right here. So most people, when they design a mesh wreath, they just go this far and they just put ribbon on it, which is fine. But, y'all, not me. Not me. We're gonna add some pine cones. We're gonna add some pom-poms, some Christmas balls. But we won't be adding any florals. Just the greenery is just enough. And I don't measure, guys, when I do this. Everything is, that's one reason that I don't measure, is because I don't want it to look all cookie cuttered. I want it to look like someone made it, right? I just don't measure. I just think that if a ribbon tail up here is just a little bit longer than the other, I think it's totally fine. I think it just adds a little bit more character to the wreath. So don't feel like that you have to be, all your loops and your tails and everything has to be the same, because they don't. What size wire do I use? So we were looking last night of what gauge I use, and it's not on the box. When I go buy my wire at the wholesale, I pick up the wire and I feel it. And I'm like, okay, does this have enough stiffness to what I need to do? So I gotta look at my invoice to see what gauge I have, because I don't know. I should know, but I don't. But I go off of how the wire feels. I actually open the box and I feel the wire. Okay? But I'll get that. I'll come back in and answer that for you once I look at my invoice. Okay, so here we are. We have this so far. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, so I bought these white. I actually bought these for gnomes to go at the top of their hats. But since we have white dots around our sign, I feel like that these are going to look pretty placed into our design here. I mean, look how gorgeous that's going to look. Yes, it keeps it less stressful too. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6. Got one more, 7. So we have 7. So before we put these in, I'm gonna put some regular Christmas balls in here. Okay. We're gonna add some sparkle. some red sparkle because we have red sparkle or green sparkle on the side. We'll add red sparkle in our balls. Okay. And we're gonna add 7. So we're keeping with the 7. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're loving already. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, and 1. Y'all, I'm so glad tomorrow is Friday. Who is happy for Friday? Let me know below if you are ready for Friday. I know I am. I am ready for Friday. Okay, so when you are using these shatterproof balls, you want to take this off, okay? Because what happens is if you glue these with these caps on right here, if you don't take them off and you glue them in like that, then if your ornament gets any, if it falls or it gets pushed the wrong way or whatever, then you have this part still glued into your wreath with no Christmas ball, okay? So always pull these off before you glue them in, okay? So I'm just gonna dip it in my glue over here. And I get a fair amount of glue, guys. Don't be afraid to glue things into your mesh wreath, okay? Don't be afraid to glue some things in. It's not gonna hurt the mesh. And one thing that I do, guys, is if I put one up higher, I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna put one lower because we have other things to put in. So I could put one here, one down here. So it just off balances it all the way around the wreath. So let's put one. So we're gonna raise our tails up right here. We're gonna place one right underneath there because you never know how it's gonna hang on the door, who's gonna be, I mean, they may hang this up high on a fireplace and then the next thing you know, you don't have anything down here underneath your bow. So make sure that you raise those tails up and place some things underneath the ribbon. You're welcome. So we're gonna come right back in here, put one here. Right there on top. Probably will come right back down here. Probably put one there in that corner of our sign. Let's see. Let's continue on around before I jump ahead here. One there, one there. Oh. And we'll place this one right underneath here. Right underneath that bow. Okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to glue in our pom-poms, but I'm going to have to plug in my glue gun for that. Good thing that the glue gun does not take very long to heat up, guys. It doesn't take long. This baby starts spitting out glue. Because you don't want to be dipping these in your glue pot because what's going to happen is you're going to have a hot mess. So it's always to use a glue gun when you're using these so that way you can glue them into place wherever you want to put them. But we'll go ahead and we will add in some pine cones in here. I have scented pine cones that I have picked up. They smell like cinnamon. So it kind of just adds a little bit of fragrance to the wreath. It brings that Christmas feel. And another thing, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of snow on this. So I'll have Ben to get me some flock, some white flock. So let me know below if y'all have seen me flock a wreath. Let me know if y'all have seen the flocking. Because if you have not, you're in for a treat because it is amazing. of how the end result looks. It looks amazing. Absolutely love it. So let me know below. Let me know. And I sell this flock at mywreathsupplies.com. So you get 2 pounds of this snow right here. But when you're doing your wreaths and stuff like that, it doesn't take a lot. Kim says she has. It doesn't take a lot to flock something. Okay, let me see if my glue gun. Oh, looks like we got some glue coming out. Y'all, this glue gun right here is the best glue gun ever. It heats up very quickly. And it's amazing. Yes, it is amazing. Oh, someone hasn't seen it. Oh, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, friend. You're in for a treat. It's amazing stuff. Okay. So let's glue our pine cones in first. I got 5 of them. So I'm just going to randomly place these throughout my wreath. Again, I don't think about where I place my pine cones. I just place them throughout. Oh, thanks, Charlotte. Okay, where we want to put our other one? Let's see. Let's put one right here. And what you want to do is you just want to wiggle it right into your mesh so that way it adheres. Just like that. I'm going to put another one right here. Kind of feel like I need one right there. So we're just going to work our way around the wreath. So we'll need more than 5. Probably need 2 more. Another big one. Got one here right underneath their bow. And I think I need one right in here, guys. We're gonna put pom-poms in here too. That's what's gonna really make it pop. What's the name of my glue gun? Okay, so this glue gun right here came from Uline. It's $169, guys, and it heats up to 446 degrees. It heats up in 3 minutes. Instead of you sitting there waiting, you know, for it to heat up or whatever, it heats up very quickly. The glue sticks, let me show you the glue sticks. The glue sticks are huge. I normally get 1 wreath done with 1 glue stick.
Very quickly.
And I mean, it heats up very quickly. It makes it really nice, especially if you forget to turn on your glue pot. And you're live. It makes it wonderful just to be able to turn that on and go to town. All right, so these are the glue sticks that I use. So you have to use a very specific kind from Uline. You have to buy them from Uline. But look how big they are. They're huge. And these are industrial grade. These are the glue that they glue boxes together. So if you get a box and you're trying to pull it apart and it's been glued, this is the glue. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. All right, so we're gonna glue in our pom-poms. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on there, just like that. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start gluing some in. We're just gonna nestle them throughout our wreath. So we need one right there. What do you think, Ben?
Beautiful. Absolute. Full and beautiful.
All right, so we're gonna put another one right over here. So, who has used pom-poms in their wreaths? Let me know. Who has used pom-poms in their wreath? So, let's see. Let's place another one right in there. So again, I'm going right underneath my bow. So look how pretty those are. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. That right there on the edge. But you love it? Yes. It's a beautiful technique. It kind of makes it look like snowballs. It does add a nice pop. And that furriness right there of the incandescent, that just adds to the whole thing. So I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they were $4.99, and I got 50% off. So they were $2.50. A great deal. Great deal. So I think I need to add one right over in here. And then I think we're done. Guys, I think we're done. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad that you were able to join me live. Hopefully you have got some inspiration and some tips and tricks. Oh, we got one more. We gotta find a place for it. I think it needs to go right there underneath. Right here on top. Just like that. Yes, it brightens it up. It does. And it matches the dots going all the way around. These right here match the dots that are on the ribbon. It kind of flows. It all matches. So.
It is for sale.
And it is for sale. So, if anyone wants this, you can always put it in the comments down below. And it is for sale. And of course, you know, I will mess with these loops until I feel like that they're perfect. But I think it turned out beautiful, guys. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. So I will get a picture of this, and I will upload it into the thumbnail of the video so y'all can see what it looks like finished with a really nice good picture. But I am so pleased how it turned out. I think it turned out amazing. So after my live, I'll go in and I'll cut all these chenille stems out. I'll clean up the back, make it look all nice and professional done. Right now, it's probably a hot mess. Let me show you. See all that? It's a hot mess, right? So after I'm done, it won't look like a hot mess, okay? It won't look like a hot mess, I promise. Oh, thank you. Yes, we are adding snow. Thank you so much. We are adding snow. Okay, so on your mesh wreaths, I think it just adds another layer of awesomeness to your mesh wreaths, especially for Christmas. So what I use is I use the Magic product, which is water, and I just wet everything down. Now, if you just wanted to do the pine cones, you could do that, but I like to just add sprinkles all the way around. Now, I don't want it on my sign or anything like that. Now we're going to use the white flock, okay? And all I'm going to do is just take a little bit, just a pinch, and I'm just going to sprinkle it. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle it all the way around. Now, if it gets on the ribbon, that is totally fine because it kind of just adds to it. Okay. Just makes it look like that it's just had snow dusted all over it. Okay. Okay. So, it didn't take a lot. Thanks for reminding me. Y'all, I get so excited of designing. Okay, so after you flock it, you want to go back over it with a layer of water. And what it does, it activates the flock. And then you let it dry for 24 hours and it won't come off. It won't come off. It took it over the top. It did. It did. So, as you can see, you don't have to put a lot of florals, a lot of ribbon. You can add just simple things to your mesh wreaths to really take it over the top. And this flock really does it. It really does. So, how beautiful. How beautiful. So now it's complete. Now it's complete. So, if y'all have liked this tutorial, if you're new to my page, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so the next time I go live or upload a video, you get notified. Y'all, we're so close to 1,000, and I've only been on here a very short period of time. And without your all's love and support, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, thank you all so much for coming on and joining me today, hanging out with me. It means a lot. Where can I buy the flock? Okay, so if you go to mywreathsupplies.com, let me get the link for you, and I'll add it to the there's all different colors. So let me get that link for you right here. I'll post it right here. Paste. So there you go. So the link that I just posted will take you to the whole list of flock that we have. We have blue, we have purple, we have black, we have white, we have red. Y'all, I have all the colors. So if you want to do a black and white theme, you could flock your evergreens. So it's not just to flock your wreaths. Let me see. Ben, give me one of those. Yep. Can you get me the foam board that's back there? I'm going to show you. We're going to take this plain green pick, and we're going to flock it. So, guys, let me show you. We'll let Ben move that out of the way for us. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to flock this, okay? And you can do this to any of your base greenery bases, your picks, anything that you want to flock, you can flock this. Ben, can you get me one of these ferns down here? Even your greenery, your like everyday greenery, you can flock it and make it Christmas. I'm going to show you how, okay? While Ben is getting that.
You go back.
Okay. So, look, this right here is everyday greenery. Okay? It's just everyday greenery. So we're gonna flock it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right side. I'm on the wrong side. Okay, this right here is the, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to wet this down. So if you haven't purchased the flock, go purchase it because it's amazing stuff. Okay, and all we're gonna do is we're just going to put this on here. I'm gonna wet the back side. So now it looks like that we have a flocked pick, because y'all know how expensive flocked items are. They cost a fortune. So you can buy the inexpensive stuff and then flock it yourself, okay? All right, so now we're going to spray this down with water. Okay, just gonna spray it down. Thanks for subscribing. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make this look Christmas. It's gonna look Christmas, guys. Another thing that you can do, this has, it also has glitter in it, guys. This has glitter in it. Okay, so you can flock it as light or as heavy as you want. And what I do is when I flock my greenery, I just take a foam board and I just stick them in the foam board so they can dry. You don't want to lay them down to dry because they all get stuck together. Okay, but look how pretty that is. Is that just gorgeous or what? So the link is in the comments there. Ready to go and grab you some flock. Call me again. Yay, Kim! I can't wait for you to get it. Y'all, we're backed up on orders. I'm not gonna lie. We are backed up on orders, but we are planning on getting everything out and boxed hopefully this weekend. But look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, I'm gonna put this in here so it doesn't, just like that. Okay. So that is everything, guys. That is everything for today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed. Then you wanna hand me that wreath back. I'll show you the wreath one more time before we hop off. Also, make sure you put something down on your table. If you're gonna use the flock, make sure that you do it outside where it's ventilated, where it's vented. So, because you don't wanna be inhaling this stuff. Trust me. We flocked 2 7-foot Christmas trees yesterday, and we had white powder all over us. So we won't do that again. But here's the wreath that we created today on this live, on this tutorial. Hopefully you all have got lots of tips and tricks, and hopefully y'all will come back and watch more and hang out with me. So I'll be live on Facebook tonight at 5:30. So if you are over on Facebook, you can follow me over there as well under Flower Paradise. But that is going to change to Dustin's Creative Coaching. We're going to change that. So you all have a blessed Thursday. And so y'all be blessed, be safe, and be well, and be grateful. And I will see you guys on the next live. Bye, guys.